Aside from having a 15 amp motor and a 12.5 inch cutting capacity, the Wind Thickness Planer also boasts a simple design to make it easy to swap out its carbon steel double-edged SK5 blades. Simply use the onboard hex key and magnet set with the always straight index pin alignment system for effortless blade changes and perfectly level cuts. To check and change the blades on your thickness planer, start by removing the reversible dust chute from the back of the planer. To do this, unscrew the two thumb screws from their opposing corners and set the chute to the side. Next, remove the adjustment hex key found on the right-hand side of the planer just above the tray. Use this tool to unscrew the two hex screws holding the blade guard in place. Slide the blade guard out from the thickness planer and set it to the side, using its included tray as a means of organizing loose thumb screws and hex bolts. Next, press down on the red spindle release button found on the left-hand side of the planer to allow the cutter head to move freely in either direction. Carefully rotate the blade until it locks into place with the 6 jib bolts facing upwards. Using the provided hex wrench, unscrew these bolts and put them in the storage tray for safekeeping. Once you've unscrewed these 6 jib bolts, the jib itself can also be removed. Underneath this, you'll find the blade itself along with 2 small springs. Set the springs to the side and then use the 2 included magnets to carefully lift the blade from the cutter head. Keep in mind that all included blades are fully reversible, so you can either replace the whole thing or simply switch it around to face the opposite direction. In order to ensure straight cuts, there are 2 index pins alongside the edge of the cutter head. After making sure both the blade and the cutter head are clean and free of debris, slide these pins through the blade's holes for a perfectly level cut that removes material evenly. Now it's time to put everything back. First, put the 2 springs in place before replacing the jib. Line the 6 holes of the jib up with those within the cutter head before screwing the bolts back into place. Next, slide the blade guard and storage tray into position and secure it with the 2 hex bolts and washers. Finally, reinstall the reversible dust chute in whichever direction you'd prefer. Now you're ready to plane. Always test your planer on a piece of scrap wood before really putting it to work on the good stuff. And remember, for helpful how-tos, product demos, and fun and simple woodworking projects,
remember when.
The corner clamp by Wolfcraft opens up new possibilities when screwing or gluing boards together at 90-degree angles, for example picture frames. Simple one-handed operation leaves the other hand free for work. The corner clamp achieves a strong clamping force and provides a flat surface. It is suitable for boards with a thickness of 10 to 22 millimeters and automatically adjusts to different board thicknesses. When building a shelf, for example, drilling and screwdriving can be carried out in one operation. The corner clamp has non-slip padded jaw grips to hold the material firmly in place without marking.
Woodpecker's newest one-time tool, the Ultimate Doweling Jig, significantly broadens the scope of dowel joinery possibilities, like center holes for face frames, offset holes for 1/8 inch reveals, and double hole offsets for robust T-joints and miter joints. Furthermore, it can be used for non-doweling chores like drilling precisely spaced and aligned rows of shelf pin holes. Our jig is certainly the brawniest one you've ever seen. Thick aluminum, beefy stainless steel, and solid brass produce a rock-solid foundation that will not distort when applying full clamping pressure to your stock. You can be sure your dowel holes are drilled dead nut square. This baby weighs in at more than 4 pounds, and that doesn't even include the end stop, edge guide, and attachment bars. The Ultimate Doweling Jig comes with hardened stainless steel drill guide bushings mounted in the 1/2 inch thick by 4 1/4 inch wide by 7 inches long solid aluminum base plate. Drill guide bushings come in 2 sets of 4 in both 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch diameters. Also available in optional 5, 6, 8, and 10 millimeter diameters as well. Guide bushings travel in a slot in the base plate and are always perfectly spaced thanks to the innovative stainless steel cam plate. The cam plate features a scale and pointer that indicates hole center spacing. The spacing range is 3/4 inch to 1 1/4 inch. Below the base plate are a fixed clamping jaw and a unique adjustable jaw. Stainless steel and brass clamping screws are fitted to the fixed jaw and can be used in 3 different positions for holding narrow or wider stock. The jig holds stock up to 2 3/8 inch thick. The adjustable jaw can be set for either centered or offset hole drilling. Perfectly spaced double rows of dowels are not only possible, they're easy. Jaw adjustment is achieved by selecting one of 4 jaw faces, A, B, C, and D, and where the face is positioned on the base plate. Face A and C allow 1/16 inch adjustments, and face B and D allow 1/32 inch adjustments. Proper positioning is guaranteed thanks to engraved scales on the base plate and matched serrated grooves milled into the base plate and jaw. And once the jaw is fastened in place, the grooves prevent unintentional movement of the jaw. The adjustable clamping range from hole center is from 1/4 inch to 1/13/32 of an inch. The Ultimate Doweling Jig adjustable end stop delivers repeatable perfection. It functions in 3 different ways: front face for tall boards, notch corner for longer boards, and with the round pin installed for offsets less than 2 inches. It's the perfect solution for drilling precisely aligned holes in mating pieces. Think drilling face frames for joining end grain rails to edge grain stiles. The end stop is primarily used at the end of the jig in combination with 4 3/8 inch by 12 inch long stainless steel attachment bars that easily thread together for extension up to 48 inches. They can also be attached to the side of the jig for other applications. Easy-to-read laser-engraved scales are on the bottom of the base plate for setting the end stop to the hole center of the drill guide bushing, which is reflected by the 0 line. Either mark your first hole location on your board and align it to the 0 mark, or use the scale and align the board's edge to the desired distance. Yet another unique feature is the adjustable edge guide. A major limitation of all other doweling jigs is they only work near the edge of the workpiece. Woodpecker's Ultimate Doweling Jig sports an adjustable edge guide that blows this challenge out of the water. Now you can use dowel joinery on the face of wide stock and plywood. Simply remove the clamping jaws, attach one or more extension rods to the base plate, then slide the edge guide onto the rod. Now you're set to use dowels to join parts that were virtually impossible before. And the edge guide can also be used to drill a series of accurately spaced, repeatable holes in casework parts, like bookshelf sides for shelf supports. This task is easily accomplished using the supplied 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch guide pins. Just insert the guide pin in the first drill guide bushing to index from your first or last hole drilled. It's that simple. And for those of you who use the 32mm system, this ultimate doweling jig can easily be set for 32mm line boring. Woodpecker's ultimate doweling jig has it all. Our latest OneTIME tool has everything you could ever want in a doweling jig. Highest quality materials made to exacting tolerances, stout construction, and easy to use with great features no other doweling jig has ever provided. Make it feel at home in your shop. Like all Woodpecker's OneTIME tools, Woodpecker's new Ultimate Doweling Jig is manufactured using state-of-the-art CNC machinery, laser fabrication equipment, cutting-edge quality control systems, and super precise engraving machines. All located along with our experienced product engineers in our growing shop just outside Cleveland, Ohio, in the USA.